1,000 years ago, superstition and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles. Stone by day, warriors by night. We were betrayed by the humans we had sworn to protect, frozen in stone by a magic spell for 1,000 years.
Hey there YouTube, my name's Gray, welcome to Consoletronix, where today I will be looking at and breaking down a 16-bit platformer which, despite the fact that it's based on a hit Disney cartoon series and is arguably one of the very best late releases for the Sega Genesis, even though it was released only in the US exclusively on the Sega platform in 1995, it continues to languish in near total obscurity. It's Gargoyles. Now chances are you probably didn't watch Gargoyles when it first came out, as over here in the UK anyway, it was shown exclusively on a short-lived satellite TV channel called CNX, and I honestly couldn't tell you if it's ever been repeated. But I loved it. Its darker than usual tone, mixed with a liberal sprinkling of Celtic mythology and Shakespearean themes, resonated with me far more than the highly acclaimed Batman animated series. But why did the play it safe House of Mouse Disney decide to go dark? Well, to answer that question we have to go back to the 1980s, or more specifically July 26th, 1985, and the release of the 25th animated movie produced by the Disney studio, The Black Cauldron, a movie Disney bet the farm on and lost, leading to much corporate restructuring just to stay in business, and a shift from big budget time-consuming movies to cheaper to produce TV animation, with shows like DuckTales, Gummy Bears and Rescue Rangers. And while the decade would close with Disney rediscovering their magic touch theatrically, first with The Little Mermaid in 1989 before the juggernaut successes of Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin in the early 90s. On the small screen, things were also changing. The half-hour toy commercials of the 80s programming block were falling away to be replaced with creator-owned, character-driven shows like Ren and Stimpy, and another important player in TV animation, MTV, who would produce shows like Beavis and Butthead and its spin-off Daria, to Aeon Flux, The Head and The Max. The times, they were a-changing. So Disney, realising audiences were more sophisticated than in previous years, produced Gargoyles, the story of mythological creatures that turn to stone during sunlight, but come nightfall are ferocious and powerful warriors. But when their clan are betrayed and almost wiped out, the few survivors, led by series star Goliath, fall under a magic spell where they remain a stone for 1,000 years, until reawakened in modern day New York by a man known as Xanatos. Now the show would run from 1984 to 1997 and was a big hit, but other than a short-lived comic in 2006, there hasn't been much in the way of news of a remake or reboot, so fans such as myself have had to make do with this action platformer. But does it live up to the name? Produced in-house by Disney Software, this, along with Toy Story, pushed the aging Mega Drive/Genesis hardware to its limits. And while its rock-hard difficulty, even on the very first level, will have put off a lot of casual observers, this game is on par with Sonic the Hedgehog, Earthworm Jim 2, or any other Genesis platformer you want to compare it to. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly showing it in the best light, as it's been a few years since I played it. But despite its at times unforgiving difficulty, it's a top-notch tie-in game. And even if you're not familiar with the source material, that's no barrier to entry as you run, jump, claw and climb your way from medieval Scotland to present-day New York City, in what is for me one of the last hurrah titles for the system, proving that even as the 32-bit era dawned, the 16-bits still had something to offer. So my name's Gray, you've been watching Consoletronix. Lots more videos coming your way very soon, so thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.